Hey everyone, welcome. There's this quiet revolution happening right now, not out on the streets, but deep inside the digital plumbing of our global economy. It's all about how money moves, and believe me, it is getting a massive and frankly, a much-needed reboot. So let's pull back the curtain on this huge overhaul.
So think about the last time you paid a friend back for lunch. It was probably instant, right? Just a few taps on your phone and done. Now picture a huge company trying to pay a supplier halfway around the world. Well, that process, it's still stuck in the past. It can take days, involves a mountain of complex paperwork, and is often shockingly manual. That huge gap is what's finally starting to close.
And look, we're not talking about some small corner of the market here. The global payments industry is worth a staggering $2 trillion. The very same digital forces that made your personal payments so seamless are now being aimed right at this colossal system.
So it really begs the question, right? Why has the world of corporate payments been so slow to catch up? What are the big fundamental problems that are holding it back? And you can bet the frustration is real. This isn't just some minor annoyance. For a whopping 70% of the professionals in this field, these manual, clunky processes are a major challenge. The system is basically broken for the very people who have to use it every single day. Okay, so let's break down these pain points. We're still talking about a huge reliance on paper checks, which are not only the most expensive way to pay, but are also a massive magnet for fraud. Then you throw in this maze of international rules and all this slow, error-prone manual work, and what you get is a system that's just costly, risky, and incredibly inefficient. But here's the good news. The industry is finally fighting back. And this isn't just some vague hope for improvement. There is a concrete, four-part blueprint for dragging corporate payments into the modern age.
So this whole transformation, it really rests on four main pillars. First up, embracing new digital channels to get away from all that paper. Second, automating all that repetitive work to cut down on errors and save time. Third, actually using the data from all these payments to make smarter financial decisions. And fourth, and this is the big one, adopting common standards so everyone is speaking the same financial language.
Now, all four of those are absolutely critical, but it's that last one, standards. That's the real game changer here. Creating a common language for money is the key. It's what lets us build a new, truly global and efficient system from the ground up.
A perfect example of this is open banking. Basically, think of it as a set of rules that forces banks to create secure pipelines for customers to share their financial data with other trusted companies. This just blows the doors wide open for innovation because it lets all these new services plug directly into the old banking system. And the impact is huge. It completely replaces those clunky one-to-one connections between banks with a single universal standard. This means a business can automatically pull data from all of its different bank accounts, even if they're in different countries, into one platform. It is a total game changer for solving those cross-border headaches.
Okay, so opening everything up sounds great, for efficiency anyway, but it brings up a really big question. How do you maintain trust and, even more importantly, traceability when money and data are flowing so freely between all these different companies? And that right there is where our second game-changing standard comes into play. Blockchain. Look, in simple terms, just think of it as a shared digital record book. But because it's copied across tons of computers, and because you can't change a record once it's in there, it creates an incredibly secure and transparent system.
And for the world of finance, that right there, that's the whole point. The very structure of a blockchain creates a perfect, unbreakable audit trail for any transaction, from start to finish. So how does it do that? Well, it's all built on three key ideas. First, the ledger is distributed, meaning no single company owns or controls it. Second, it's immutable. Once a transaction is recorded, it's permanent. You can't fake it. And third, you have permissioned access, which just means only trusted, verified organizations can even get into the network.
So what you get is this massive shift. We go from the old payment system that's all murky, fragmented, and hard to trace, to a new one that is transparent, unified, and can be audited instantly by everyone who has permission. And look, this is not some pie-in-the-sky theory. The big guys are already using this stuff. Visa's B2B Connect platform uses a private blockchain to make international business payments way faster. And a whole group of major banks like HSBC and ING launched a platform called Contour to bring this security to the massive $18 trillion world of trade finance.
So where is all this heading? Well, we're entering a new chapter, the future of global money.
We are literally watching the system shift from a fragmented, messy past to a much more fluid and interconnected future. I mean, this timeline really shows you how fast things are changing. For decades, it was all about paper. Then came the rise of digital wallets, led by you, the consumer. Right now, we're in the middle of embedding these powerful standards like open banking. And all of this is just setting the stage for the next giant leap, a world of instant, secure, blockchain-powered global money. So if there's one thing to really take away from all this, it's this. The revolution didn't start in some corporate boardroom. It started with you, right in your pocket. The technology and, maybe more importantly, the expectation for instant, easy payments that consumer apps created has now built the foundation to completely overhaul the engine of global commerce.
And this just leaves us with this incredible question to chew on. If moving millions of dollars across the planet becomes as cheap, as instant, and as transparent as sending an email, what does that unlock? What new kinds of global companies and partnerships, things that are basically impossible today, suddenly become the new normal tomorrow?